my top 10 players going into next season, currently right now. Number 10, I'm gonna go with the beard, James Harden at number 10 for me. Listen, James Harden is easily can be vaulted in the top 5. He can be higher than that. But I didn't like how he came into the season last year, out of shape. He's probably going to come back into next season in better shape, but I didn't like how he came into season last shape. I felt like he had a different role with the Brooklyn Nets, but still a great role for him. He played exceptional. So I'm going to go James Harden, number 10. Number 9, no disrespect to the MVP, but Joker, I'm going to have at number 9. He's been exceptional this year. Clearly, he won MVP. But he did show that he also needs another perimeter player with him as well to help him advance and to help him get to that next gear. So, but no disrespect at all to the MVP. He had a phenomenal year. Number 8, Jason Tatum. Top 8 player going into next season. Hear me out, man. Career high this season in points and rebounds. He had he will have an increased role next year. New coach, Kemba Walker's no longer there. It looks like they're trying to move Marcus Smart. I think Tatum is going to take more of a playmaking role next year. So I think his assists will go up. Remember last year he was my MVP pick, and I'm doubling down. Maybe a preview into next year. I think my man JT, he's my pick for MVP next year too as well. So I think he's going to ball out, man. You see what he did in his playoffs. Only one round, of course, but he did average, I believe it was over 30 or something like that. He had a 50 ball. So JT, I got him as number 8. Number 7, I'm going to go with Dame Lillard. Phenomenal year, exceptional shooter, exceptional scorer. We're going to talk about him a little bit. It's going to be interesting what's going to happen to him this summer, but I don't believe he's going to be traded. I still think he's going to at least give the Blazers one more year to see if they can retool, to see if they can improve that team. After him, I'm going to go LUKA. Number 6, exceptional, of course. I don't think much needs to be said there. Number 5, I'm going to go Steph. Phenomenal year this year, of course, as well. Led the league in scoring, led the league in threes as usual. Still an unstoppable offensive force, especially from the three-point line. Warriors are going to have to retool next year as well. They're going to be making some noise next year in the West. Number 4, got Kawhi. Now, this one was tough for me because Kawhi now, he's going to have to deal with some injury. He didn't tear his ACL, but it did say he damaged his ACL a little bit. It was his ACL or meniscus. I believe his meniscus. I don't want to be wrong on that, but it was one of them. But next year, he might miss a little bit of time going into next season. That's going to be interesting how that plays out. I got him at number 4. For the top 3, number 3, I got Giannis. I know a lot of people are putting Giannis as the number 1 player in the league right now because he won the finals, was finals MVP. I'm not going to be mad at anyone if they really want to do that. But for me, he's not the best player in the league. I'm sorry. He still has things he needs to work on in his game, as all players do, of course. No knock against him for that. But to me, he's not the best player in the world. He's definitely... To me, he has to be top 5, clearly. Does he have to be top 3 to everyone? I would say 90% of the list, he has to be top 3. I wouldn't be mad at someone if he wasn't in their top 3, but to me, I feel like 90% of the list has to have him at least in top 3. He's been a phenomenal force on both sides of the ball. Obviously, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award. So clearly he impacts the game on both ends. We see what he did in the finals. Multiple games with multiple blocks. The last game, I think he had 5 blocks. I believe in game 6. So Giannis, you got to give him his love. Obviously, clearly, we just saw that. So I'm going to give him the 3rd spot. Number 2, I'm going to go with LeBron James. I have to bump him down to number 2. 37 years old. Career low. 45 games he played this season. I definitely think he's going to rebound. He's going to have an excellent year next year. He's going to play a lot better than he did this season, even though he did play well before the injury. After the injury, I never felt like he really got his timing correct. That's why I definitely knew the Suns, it was a strong chance of the Suns taking out the Lakers because I did know that LeBron, he didn't have his proper footing And he didn't really recover he didn't have enough time, I would say, to recover in the way that he wanted to, coming back from that injury. But going into next season, gonna have to give him the number 2 spot going into next season. Number 1, Kevin Durant, obviously. Listen, man, KD, this man is phenomenal. The most gifted offensive player in the league right now. Unstoppable, 7'2" guard, as I like to call him. He's unguardable, man. He's unguardable, Kevin Durant. And he showed in this playoffs he's unguardable. He was literally a long, big toe away, probably from being in the finals. If it wasn't for KD's long, big toe, big foot, and he didn't step on that 3-point line, the Nets would probably be in the finals. I'm going to keep it a buck. So Kevin Durant stepped up when it matters most, as he normally and usually does. You can count on him. And, actually, during this playoff run, I was mad at a lot of Twitter people for actually doubting KD that he couldn't win one game. Was it in Milwaukee? Game 6, I believe, was in Milwaukee. That he couldn't go in there and win that game to make sure the series goes 7. KD, come on now. Come on now. Best player in the world going into next year. I'm not going to lie.